Hi, welcome to our video today. Let's talk about why you might be doing all the things to take care of yourself, but you still feel empty. This is a really important topic. Once I learned this little tweak and learned exactly what loving myself meant, everything changed. And I want you to know that you're not doing anything wrong. There's just a few tweaks. Okay. So I think a lot of women practice doing self-care and they think that it's self-love and they still feel empty. Why would you still be feeling empty? Well, there's just a level of intention that needs to go in it. Especially as moms, we pour out everything that we have into others, into our family, into our house, into our kids, into our friends, our jobs, work. We pour in everything. It's our nurturing state. So we can't be mad about that, but we do. And there's a certain level of energy and stuff at the end of the day that no matter what we do, we still feel exhausted. We still feel tired. We still feel like somebody hasn't poured into us, right? So I'm going to tell you why. We pour ourselves a nice bubble bath. We might have that glass of wine at the end of the day. We might go on a walk. We might go and have a coffee with a friend. We might have a chat on the phone to somebody talking about our day, like thinking that we need to get this venting out and then get it off our chest. But somehow, when we lay our head on the pillow at the end of the day, we still feel empty. Somehow, the next day feels like a repeat of all the same things. Well, that's because what we're doing when we have the bubble baths and all those things, we're trying to fill a void. We actually aren't taking the time to truly know ourselves and understand what fills up our cup. The whole idea with self-love is you want to be connected to yourself. When you feel empty, when you still feel like things are not coming together, that is because you are disconnected from yourself. So let's talk about what self-care looks like. Self-care is having the bubble bath. Self-care could be going for a walk. Self-care could be skincare, working out. It could be going to the spa, going to a salon. And all those things I want to encourage you, keep doing. But I'm going to give you a little tweak on how to fill your cup up by the end of the day. Self-love is deeper than that. It's way deeper than that. How do you speak to yourself? Are you holding yourself accountable? Are you doing the things that you said you would do to yourself? Now, we have no problem doing this outwards to other people, but are you doing it for yourself? Are you forgiving yourself? Are you trusting yourself? What kind of standards are you holding to yourself for you? What kind of space do you create in your mind and in your heart for when you're challenged, right? Do you know your heart? Do you know yourself within? Do you know your beliefs? Do you know what you love? Do you know what makes you smile? Do you know where your boundaries are? That is all self-love. And most importantly, when you are doing all the things that you are doing that is like self-care, what are your intentions behind them? Is it nurturing? Is it loving? Is it giving yourself grace? I can remember when I was a young mom, having a bubble bath was to block out the stuff that was outside and step away for a minute. And although those things are very helpful, sometimes what I would do when you were sitting in the bath is you would mull over your whole day. Now, if you're doing that in a very loving way and forgiving yourself for some things that were said or some things that you thought, are you talking bad about yourself or are you actually being kind, right? That's the difference when you do that self-care is the things that you say to yourself, or are you beating yourself up? Because you can go into the bath and it will relax you, of course. If you're able to block things out, kind of go into a meditative state, then that's great. But if you're mulling over your day and you're being harsh with yourself, and like what's on repeat? So you have to think about the intention behind those acts that you're taking, right? So, for example, working out or being healthy, going for a walk. The same thing. If you're taking that walk by yourself, what are you saying to yourself? Are you beating yourself up? Are you telling yourself, oh my God, I can't believe I forgot that again. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that I didn't do this. I feel so bad for what I said to the children. Or are you giving yourself grace? Are you talking yourself through it? Like you can have the realization, but then the learning and the self love comes from learning from your mistakes, taking the action, telling yourself how you do better next time, talking yourself up. Because pretend that you were talking to one of your kids, right? That's the key. You're going to talk to yourself just as loving and kind and generous as you do to those people in your life. And this here, I promise you, will fill up your cup. And there's a few things that I tell my coaching clients to do. We practice things that bring these to the forefront. Maybe you're not aware that you're talking negatively to yourself. Maybe you're not aware that you don't have grace with yourself. So I encourage you to explore this. There are many different avenues and ways that you can help yourself and navigate this. You can find yourself a coach, like a life coach, a transformational coach. You could maybe talk to a mentor that you might have in your life, maybe a dear friend who seems to have it all together, and maybe she's always been very positive or very enlightening, or always says the right things to you. I want to caution you to look for a cheerleader because you can end up burying some of this. But however, I think it's most important to realize that you are your best asset. You are your very best asset, and you know best for you. And everything happens in a moment of time without regret. So take a bath, go for the walk, maybe journal a little bit of what were some of the thoughts that came up, and do all those things, but do them with intention. And remember that if you are your best asset, you are the one that can fill your cup up the most. And when you start seeing yourself in a new light, everything outside of you won't feel as heavy. You won't be seeking things outside of you for validation. You won't be seeking things outside of you for attention. You won't be seeking from someone else to fill up your cup. You will be taking care of you. I want you to trust yourself because you have the awe factor within. Thanks for joining me here today. And I'm super happy that you've listened to your intuition and you felt called to click on this video. Something within you pulled you to listen to this. And I look forward to chatting more. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video.